Fora TV. The world is thinking.
The question has to do with the shift, alleged shift at WikiLeaks from simply posting the material, having it crowdsourced and people interpreting it, to actually interpreting what it means for the viewer or for the listener. Is that a change? You're on.
No, that's part of the right-wing reality distortion field.
Is that?
Mother Jones has had some changes in the past few years. Yeah, so in fact, no, there hasn't been a change whatsoever. Always, although of course it was our hope that initially that because we had vastly more material than we could possibly go through, that if we just put it out there, people would summarize it themselves. That very interestingly didn't happen. Quite an extraordinary thing. So our initial idea, which never got to implement, I won't go into more detail with it, but our initial idea was that look at all those people editing Wikipedia. Look at all the junk that they're working on. Surely, if you give them a fresh classified document about the human rights atrocities in Fallujah that the rest of the world has not seen before, that, you know, it's a secret document, surely all those people that are busy working on articles about history and mathematics and so on, and all those bloggers that are busy pontificating about the abuses in Iraq and Afghanistan and other countries and other human rights disasters, who are complaining that they can only respond to the New York Times because they don't have sources of their own, surely those people will step forward, given fresh source material, and do something. No, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. In fact, people write about things in general, if it's not part of their career, because they want to display their values to their peers who are already in the same group. Actually, they don't give a fuck about the material. That's the reality. So very early on, we understood from experiences like this that we would have to at least give summaries of the material we were releasing, at least summaries, to get people to pick it up, to get journalists to pick it up, to get them to dig deeper. And if we didn't have a summary to put the thing in context, it would just fall into the gutter and never be seen again.
The raw data out or raw video, you had to steer people.
You cannot do it. It will just fall into the gutter. And in cases where I have understood the material is more complex, or other people in our group have understood the material is more complex, especially military material, which has lots of acronyms, you understand it's not even enough to do a summary, that you have to do an article, or we have to liaise with other journalists to give the material to them on some sort of exclusive basis or semi-exclusive basis, to get them to extract it into easily understandable, human-readable form. Otherwise, it goes nowhere. And so, yes, this latest, but unlike other organizations, we always release the full source material at the same time. The summary is some sort of introduction, or the articles that we do are based upon the raw source material. So everything we do is like science. It is checkable, independently checkable, because the information which has informed our conclusions is there. Just like scientific papers which are based on experimental data must make their experimental data available to other scientists and to the public if they want their papers to be published. So it's our philosophy that raw source material must be made available so that conclusions can be checkable. And that's what we did with this video. But we also, you know, we're an activist organization. The method is transparency. The goal is justice. Part of the method is journalism. But is our end goal to achieve justice, and it's our sources' goals, usually, to also achieve justice. So when they give us material, what we promise is not just that we will protect them, but we will try and get maximum impact for the material, whether that's working with other journalists, whether that's summarizing things ourselves, or whether, in the case of video, whether that's putting context in the initial part of the video, even if we then also provide the full thing.